Hello. Today is an important day for me. The date is meaningful to me because today happens to be the seventh anniversary of the day that my wife died. And we had been together for about 28 years. So we'd had much, much longer than many people have in a relationship. So I'm very lucky to have had such love and connection with one special person for so much of my life. Um, and so I don't feel a sense of sadness or certainly not regret of anything that's happened. But one of the things that this time of year and this date in particular one of the things that I reflect as a result of it, or think about as a result of it, is what happened after that. Because when something very significant in life happens like that, clearly you can take it as a kind of life wake-up event. And what my situation was at that time was our kids, when my wife died, our kids were aged 13 and 11. So they needed their dad. They needed the rock. They needed somebody who was going to be there, solid, who loved them and they felt secure within. And also, because life happens, you've just got to find a way of creating, of working in a way that you can still enjoy so that you can be there with the kids. Now, before my wife went through the illness that she did, I was working as a finance director for a number of different companies on a part-time basis. Now, that was great. I really enjoyed it. The clients, I loved them, and they were really fascinating businesses, and it was all really stimulating. So everything was good, except that it wasn't really a business, right? People would say, oh, how's business? Of course, it wasn't a business. It was really effectively a job, because if I stopped working, then the income stopped as well. That's the fundamental characteristic of a job type of arrangement. So I knew that now, as a widowed father with two kids who needed me, I needed to have time for them and space and love for them. But I also practically, because life goes on, practically needed to be able to pay the bills and work and so on. So that's how, with a business partner, we formed Strategic Mentors, and we actually set it up in quite a different way so that it wasn't just a job. And that's what I did. But the point about this, and the sense that the message and what I'd like to put across in this video is, for me, I had something forced upon me, right? A life wake-up call, if you like, that said, that's not working for you in every sense. It's working in a lot of ways, but not every sense. Do something different. Well, when you're forced into a life wake-up call, sometimes it can work out very well for you. But maybe when you want significant change about what's happening in your life and your work, maybe in your business right now, what is that change that you're looking for? Because you don't have to wait for the trigger of a life wake-up call to be forced upon you. We all have freedom to choose at any point in time. I don't want this to be happening like this anymore. I want a different future. And right now, as we're in December 2018, this happens to be a time where it encourages reflection, and you start thinking about what happened in the last year and what do I want in the year ahead. Well, your 2019 does not have to be the same as 2018. None of us have to be like that. But what needs to change, or what needs to happen in order to have a different 2019, is to make a decision that will be different. And then when you've made a decision and a commitment that 2019 is going to be different in certain ways, even if you don't know how, when you've made the decision, then your brain will start working on the how, but you can then start to work out. But it will not happen until you've made a decision that says, I'm committed to doing this. So it starts by being clear on what you want to do, what change you want to make and why, and then making the decision and the commitment to go for it. When you do, everything shifts. That's my experience, and it's the experience of a lot of people I know. Everything shifts when you make a commitment. If you're saying, I wish next year is better, I hope 2019 is a good year, I'd like it to be better, chances are it's not going to happen. When you shift and say, I'm not prepared to have the same again. I'm ready to shift. I want to commit to something. Then some magic can happen. Obviously, I'd love to help as many people as I can to help you make that shift if that's what you want. But it's not really about that. It's about saying, what could you do if you want to? And we don't have to wait for a life wake-up call. We don't have to be forced into a situation. We can do it voluntarily by choosing to commit. So what would your 2019 shift be? What change would you love to make? I wish you every success in getting there, but it starts not with hope or with wishing or even with having a goal. It starts with a commitment to make it happen. I hope that's helpful, and I'll see you another time.